This is a tutorial on creating a simple phone case using My.SketchUp. So you're going to start out with a new model. And you're going to draw a rectangle the exact size of your phone. Now my phone is 5.6 by 2.8 inches. So 5.6 inches by 2.8 inches. And this is the exact size of my phone. Now I'm going to rotate over it a little bit. And right now it's a surface because they're all connected. Very first thing I'm going to do is round the corners. You'll notice when you click on the tool, you'll see that it changes to tangent to the edge and it's kind of magenta colored. You want to make sure that when you click your 2 points that you're setting it so that it can be magenta to the tangent to the edge, and then selecting it when it turns magenta, whatever that color is. Okay, this one didn't quite do it, so I'm going to go back. So I'm going to select the back button and reselect my tool. Click on the 2 corners, make sure that it is that magenta color, and then click again when it turns magenta again. And then again, the last corner, I'm going to do the same scenario. Then you erase these extra lines here. So when you click on the line, you'll be able to select it. Now my cursor that you're seeing is a cursor from the recorder. You would see your little circle that you're going to put the line right into to erase it. Oops, something happened there. I'm going to undo. I erased the arc instead of the line. Okay, so now I have the basic footprint of my phone. First thing I want to do is create an offset to the outside of the phone for the size of the case. So I want my case to be about 1/8 of an inch thick. I'm also going to set an offset to the inside of the case by 1/8 of an inch. And that will be to help create my bumper above the phone glass, which I'll explain in a bit. So I have these offset lines. The first offset line is the actual phone case, which is this set. And I'm going to go up 1/8 of an inch, because that's how thick I want the bottom of my phone, plus the dimension of my phone, which is 0.31 inches, plus 1/8 of an inch for a bumper. So I have 1/8 of an inch at top, and at bottom, that's 1/4 of an inch. 0.25 plus 0.31, the thickness of my phone, is 0.56 inches. Okay, I'm going to start to go in the direction I want that to move, 0.56 inches. I'll try that again. And there it is. Now I have this offset line. I'm going to raise this and this will be set to the height that I want the actual bumper to be. So we just said that the bumper was going to be 1/8 of an inch thick, plus 1/8 of an inch to the bottom. So I'm going to go up so that I leave 1/8 of an inch to that back case there. And I'll show you why in about a second. Looks like I can only snap to. I'll snap right there. So now I have the height of the phone. And then this is going to come up 1/8 of an inch. 1/8 inches. You can write either in fraction or decimal in SketchUp. So now we have an extra surface here along the edge that connects this edge. If I pull these out, equal to this, I know that I have my 1/8 inch lip above the size of my phone. Now you might have to rotate around so that you can see the surfaces that you need to see to be able to do this. And if you've come up with a better way to create the lip, by all means use that. This is just a way that I had found when I was kind of messing around with it, trying to make a phone case myself. So now I have these extra pieces here. I'm going to make it even with the edge. Notice how when I'm clicking on the face, it makes it even with that face. And now I have a little bit of extra geometry in here. So to get rid of this layer, I'm just going to simply pull it back and make it even with this point right here, this side. So I'm going to pull it back, and I'm going to make it even with this right here. And again, push this one back. Ooh, we don't want the whole thing. Something happened here that I might have to adjust. Let's see. Push this one back in. That distance right there. Okay, I think I have it. And what happened to that other side? Didn't go all the way back in. So we'll just adjust and go back to here. Okay, and now we have this little extra bit here. We can pull it down and make it even with this. Okay, when you have extra geometry in here, you're just going to erase it. So you're going to make sure you're clicking just on the lines. If you erase the wrong thing, just simply go back a step so that you can select that. Oh, I can't quite get it. Okay, there we go. Do this corner. And again, I'll go around and I'll do each corner. Now that I've cleaned up the extra edges and the extra geometry, and I've also rotated below this to make sure that it was okay as far as being solid. If it's not, you can move this down and adjust it. But now that I've gotten rid of that, I have these lines on the inside edges, all around the inside edge wall. I'm going to use those lines to create the little bumpers. So I'm going to come out 1/8 of an inch. Does not work the first time. Just try it again. 1/8. Remember, you have to use the tool and then start to move in the direction you want to go. 1/8 of an inch. /8 inches. Enter. And I'll rotate around to all four sides and make those bumpers. Now notice the corners are not filled in. I have not really worried about that too much. I was trying to get it so that it would work. And I think with these bumpers, with the phone inside here, making sure that this is the correct height right here, the 0.315, this would work. Now I'm going to rotate around. I have my basic case with my bumpers. I'm going to start to cut out the areas where the buttons are going to be located. So keep in mind that this line, you can't cut above this. This is where the bumper is. So as I'm looking at the side, I've already measured, and I know that my button that basically turns on and off the screen is located 1/2 an inch from the corner and about another inch down. To make a surface kind of hollow, you rotate around. Now this is going to be difficult now that I have the bumpers in the way, but you rotate around and you pull the surface to be equal to the offset, which should be 3/16. Let's see. Yes. So now it's hollow and I can see right through it. Okay, same with the hole on the bottom for the camera and all the other holes. You just measure the holes off of your phone to find out where they are. And I usually like to do a from one end and to the other end and kind of get a general idea of the height. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be open so that you can access the buttons. My volume buttons are a little bit higher than the other button. They're only about a quarter of an inch from the corner. So again, I'm going to make the surface. Make sure you don't go down too far where you're going into the bottom, because remember, there's about 1/8 of an inch of material there as well. It will not allow you to pull through, I believe, if the bottom is in the way. Okay, and that is now hollow. And here's a couple of holes for my volume, for my home button. I need to create the hole for now this doesn't look like it's actually hollow. So I'm going to make it even with the inside edge. That makes it hollow. There we go. So that's hollow. This is hollow. You can do any kind of adjustments that you want to do on the surfaces. And again, this one looked hollow, but it's not. So when I look from inside here, when I make it even with this inside edge, it is cut out and it's hollow. So there are some holes there. Okay, so just a quick tutorial on trying to get set up. Make sure that you save your work. Also, make sure that you're naming it. And lastly, when you download a file, you download it into your drive, and that then allows you to add a file to an assignment to turn it in. So there is just a simple phone case. You should add some color to this. You can add some creativity and some design. You can cut out different shapes out of your phone case, make it unique for you. If you have trouble, just let me know and I'll help you during class. Good luck.